right, and welcome back to your Guam Basketball Association Game of the Week. Jason Salas and Andy Wheeler here, and MVP and UOG are about to tip off. And Andy, for the folks at home watching or everybody streaming on YouTube, they may notice our venue is slightly different than the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse.
Yep, mixed it up a little bit here to the beautiful Phoenix Center on Father Duenas. So nice little location for some good basketball tonight.
Yeah, of course, the dynamics of the court are a little bit different because obviously the Fieldhouse has that much wider
right
court here. The end line basically goes into the bleachers, so I don't think you're gonna see a lot of guys like flying out like they do sometimes off the sideline.
I hope not. We'll see. Ready to tip off here. MVP, of course, we watched them. Double D and I called that game a while ago when they played the Four Stars. Great game. Came down to the buzzer. Last second shot by JP Cruz, so you got to watch out for him. He's going to be lighting it up. Look at number 13 down there on the court. UOG, haven't seen them play yet. Obviously, winless, I believe you said?
Yep. I did their very first game, but they are very, very tough. And like I said, when they get a head of steam going and everything like that, their offense is really, really fun to watch. And, of course, they are capped off by number 22 in white and green, Deron Hechanova, the most athletic of the young Tritons. That's the other thing we should mention. These are the league's two youngest teams, so these guys have a lot of energy.
Right, absolutely. It's going to be a relatively fast-paced game. There you see the UOG gets the tip.
Ball being taken down by number 33 of the Tritons.
There's Hechanova with the ball. Wide open three. Can't get it to go. MVP there with the board. Now, MVP, when we called the game, they have a really good half-court offense. They're not the high-flying run-and-gun team. They do get a nice set going. You see the ball movement, off-the-ball movement. They're really good at that, so they can slow the pace down and get in there and try to get into the hands of JP Cruz, and he's going to get a lot of points tonight.
Hechanova almost left his feet that time. Very, very close.
Almost up-faked himself.
Dangerous cross-court pass to Hechanova, who does have three-point range, so look for his inside-outside game as Piolo outside missed the tip. That was number 40 for UOG, Marco Canovas.
And watch there, Jones, number 20 for MVP. He's going to be a big force on the low block and on rebounding as well. So watch him. They're going to utilize him in the low post game, even the high post game, and he's going to rebound quite a few. He's going to be crashing the boards all night. And
JP Cruz, first shot off the mark, but we don't expect to say that very often because
JP
Cruz still the assassin.
Yeah, he can light it up quite a bit, but, still early in the game, getting the groove in, and I'm sure once he gets warm, that bucket's going to start opening up and look like a hula hoop out there.
JP Cruz has owned downtown basically ever since his sophomore year in high school. We've been covering him for a lot of years. Really fun to watch.
Still got the touch. He's a lot wiser now. But still got that shooting touch. As you see Jones powering inside there. Looking for the call. Ref's not seeing anything.
Nice lead from Hechanova, but too much juice. Wayne Jesus just rolled off the rim.
Now the ref sees the foul.
Count the basket, number 25 for MVP. Kalel De Los Santos, and that, Andy, is our game's first bucket chance to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, De Los Santos did a good job of just going powerful to the rack and going up there, fighting through the contact, and ended up getting the foul and the bucket, so he's going to shoot one. A little different than calling football with you, Jason, I got to say that much. This is our first basketball game we've called together. I know we did the football season quite a bit. This is fun, a little change of pace.
Yep.
And it's air-conditioned. Bonus.
Then again, we were positioned. We had the best seat in the house for football about 25 feet up on the Miller Lite rig, so that was always fun. Nice pick by Hechanova, one-on-one. And Hechanova and count the basket. Continuation on the move. Deron Hechanova showing his supreme athleticism. Gets the contact, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, nice drive to the foul. Kind of forces the contact from the defender, and he stays in it, focused enough. He takes the shot, makes it.
So UOG 2, MVP 3 early in this game. And watch for the very dangerous man in the far court right now, number 7 for UOG in white. That's Eric Canovas.
Hechanova's foul shot wide to the right. Not able to make it. MVP gets the rebound, brings it up, looking him to get into a set half-court offense here. Nice off-the-ball movement. Jones at the top of the key. Throws up the last-second shot to beat the buzzer. Gets the rebound. Cut it up. Can't get it to go.
De Los Santos, good move on the offensive glass that time. And MVP seems to be owning the offensive rebounds really early in the first quarter.
It looks like it. They're getting a lot of second-chance opportunities here. As I say, JP still hasn't found his zone yet.
Hechanova to the rack. And Hechanova just turning on the turbos there.
Yeah, and Cruz didn't want anything of that. He just let him go past, hoping his help defense would come over, but not able to get there in time.
Now, Andy, one of the many sports that you cover, as Hechanova with another steal and to the rack as he misses. But I was going to say, one of the many sports you cover is you did Smoking Wheels last week.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you're part of the auto sports community for a long time. I don't believe in basketball nitrous is legal, but it seems like that's what Deron Hechanova has.
Yeah, something. He just hit the jets there, man, and really turned on the speed. He saw his defender kind of slacking off. He saw the opening baseline, took it, just full speed, and drove in for the layup. He is a speedster. JP Cruz a little longer in the tooth, so the speed's not there, but he's going to try to get his shooting underway in a little bit.
UOG up now 4-3.
Now the
Hechanova has all points.
Yeah, last game we called Double D and I with MVP and 4 stars. It was such a crazy game, and it showed the resiliency of the MVP team. They were up by 10 at the half, and then they. And then 4 stars went on like a 17-3 run, and then they went up, and they stayed with it. MVP ended up getting the win, but it just really showed the resilience of this team, that they're not going to give up if they're down by however many.
And UOG goes up 6-3, biggest lead of the game on Eric Canovas, beg your pardon. We're going to mention his name a lot tonight.
JP Cruz draws the contact, little blocking foul, number 7.
And right as I say we're going to call his name a lot, he draws the foul. Eric Canovas, the interesting thing in the GBA, Eric's hair is kind of like James Harden's beard in the NBA. Most popular hairstyle in our league.
Nice drive to the hole there by Jones.
6'5", UOG.
They need to press him now. He picked up the dribble.
Wayne Jesus from downtown, and Jesus, his first three-pointer, puts UOG up 9-5.
Just like they drew it up. It was a botched pass and lost the ball, but it went to the right man, got it from the corner. Nice there, top of the elbow. Nice low shot by number 50. Good ball movement. Lost his defender, able to get the open shot.
Yep. Timothy Edilor, number 50. That's
Again,
nice.
UOG is going to be doing that quite a bit tonight. They're really slashing into the lane with the ball, and that draws the defense in. They dish it off. They've got an open man, and they're going to look to capitalize on that quite a bit. 2 buckets in a row for number 50.
Hechanova blows another wide open layup.
He is really taking it to the rack, but he's just not able to get him to fall.
Now, if you are wondering and you've been watching our games of our coverage of the GBA all season long or streaming us on YouTube, we are playing FIBA rules, which, Andy, allows for a lot more physical play, a lot more contact than maybe like in a league in the NBA they'd call it every time. And it makes for some interesting situations.
Yeah, it does. They're not the flopping, not the over dramatics that the NBA you see now too much. It is FIBA. It's a little bit more intense. A little bit more contact. The refs just let them play, basically, which is good. You don't want to keep stopping the action every 10 seconds because of a foul or something. Nice defense by MVP, bringing it up. Fast break.
Stolen, and
draws the contact. Not a foul, though. UOG with the rebound. Hechanova bringing it up. Spin move. Tries to dish it off to his man, went right by his hands. Those small, really short interior bounce passes, they can really get away from you pretty quick.
And, one thing I'm seeing from UOG, they still have a tendency to do those really dangerous cross-court passes. You get somebody on the wing, and they throw it all the way across. As Hechanova has 1 on 4.
Finally gets that one to go.
Talk about synchronized. We were so impressed with that, we said it together.
Hey, no fear, man. He sees a 1-on-4, 1-on-5, 1-on-10. He doesn't care. He's going to take it to the rack. Nice outlet pass by Hechanova, number 33, up for the layup.
Wayne Jesus now with 5 points on the easy layup. 15-9 Tritons.
Jesus, speedy guy. He's able to get out there with that outlet pass and get ahead of the defenders. And here he goes again, showing off a little bit of speed down the sideline. Again with the layup. Nice double clutch. Gets it to go. No foul on the play.
So Hechanova and Jesus really pacing the Tritons, and their fast break opportunities off of turnovers really paying dividends for the gentleman in white.
Absolutely. It looks like that's kind of their game plan. They want to go for those quick transition points.
Nice move by Stephen Yates inside. Easy kiss off the glass, 17-11.
A coach himself. Hechanova with the pull-up jumper. The lost art of the mid-range jumper, Jason.
That is one thing that's good about, the Warriors this year, and, Steph Curry's. A lot of young kids are really getting back into actual shooting.
Right, yeah. It's not the dunk. It's not the three-pointer. It's not the half-court shot, the exciting shooting. I mean, that's the core of basketball, Long before there was guys that were dunking and alley-oops and all that, guys were good shooters. So kind of getting back to that. And it's good to see.
Now, I must say, being from the New England area, as you are, New Hampshire born and raised, how hardcore of a Celtics fan are you? I mean, everybody on Guam knows how hardcore you are about your beloved Patriots, but
right. Yeah, pretty hardcore. I did kind of lose track of the NBA for a little while, but yeah, Celtics fan. I mean, if I going with a team, of course it's the Celtics.
So 19-11 is your score. We are in the first quarter, and Desden Fikes makes one of two. 19-12, and here comes UOG.
Fikes, another one of their players for MVP, pretty versatile. He's a big, solid built guy. He can hang out in the low post. He can rebound. He can go high post if he needs to and play some good defense. As you see, it looks like they're running a 2-3 zone right now. Nice rebound by Yates. Brings it up.
John Buon, nice kick out to Cruz, but nice closeout defense by UOG. Forcing Cruz into the tough shot.
Yeah, last game we called, Cruz and Buon had quite the game. It was just a great tandem like the Splash Brothers. They were really lighting it up. As you see, Fikes there inside. Good little move. Gets the layup to go.
That's a 2 for Hechanova and a long 2, but that rims out. And here comes John Buon, this year's IIAAG most valuable player. And for good reason, because the man was born to score, basically.
Strong to the rack. Fikes can't get it to go. UOG with the rebound. JP Cruz has got it outside. Inside to Fikes again. They're going to try to work him a little bit. Yates out on the wing. Takes it in. Dishes it off. Fikes can't get it to go. Yates almost had the rebound. UOG comes up with it.
Options for Canovas, who calls his own number. Nicely done.
Nice little stutter step move there. Get the defender just to think he's going to pass it, and then he ends up taking it himself, so well done. Yates inside. Beautiful pass. Cross court from JP Cruz to the wide open Yates, streaking into the basket.
And, Andy, it seems so far here as the score is 21-14. We said it was going to be a high-scoring affair, but it seems UOG is more controlling the pace. MVP has the better passing, the better plays, and, the more fundamentals.
Yeah, MVP's got a much better half-court set. They get into their routine, but, if they see the opportunity, of course they're going to go for it. UOG is trying to go for the fast break points, that open transition game, but they've missed a lot of their layups. That's the thing. A lot of the opportunities they've had, we saw at Hechanova how many times to the basket, couldn't get it to go, and MVP doing a pretty good job rebounding on both sides of the court. So UOG might want to keep pressing the pace or slow it down and get into a half-court set. We shall see. They discuss it now, though.
And we are bringing you the GBA Game of the Week as we are bringing you the best seat in the house, Andy and I, and the entire KUM crew. And we're glad to have you along for the ride as Andy and I sitting here wishing that our legs and knees and ankles and backs were still capable of doing what these young men are doing.
Yeah, really. My old team here, UOG, played for them back in '95. That was an age ago, Jason.
I was going to say if we could get 15 years back, but you just quantified it 21 years.
Yeah. You know, some of these guys in the Guam, the GBA, I mean, they were playing when I was playing back in UOG. Played against them at you know the intramurals and in the leagues and everything. It's good to see them still going at it. The guys that are a little wiser, more experienced now. I'm surprised their knees are still holding up.
And of course, this is UOG's first return to competitive competition after many years as Cruz tries a 3 again, and there is JP Cruz, the assassin.
He has found the range. Now, if he gets a hot hand, they're gonna work him into the plays quite a bit. He is kind of the bread and butter of their offense, but of course their second option. Well, I hate to call him a second option, but Guam, of course, he can score at will. Again, MVP, good job with the rebounds, but up step the line. A little anxious to get that fast break going. Went a little bit wide, stepped out of bounds.
Yep.
See, Buon brings it up.
UOG has led by as many as 7, but MVP bringing that back to a 2-point game as Yates from downtown.
Fikes flying in there trying to get the rebound. Little blocking foul by Yates right there. A little frustrated at that missed opportunity, I'm assuming, and maybe a little bit more contact than was necessary, but that's basketball.
And as a side note, Andy, John Bond, we said he was the MVP of the high school league this year. He's already gotten a lot of looks for professional teams in the Philippines when he was a senior.
Oh, great. Good for him.
UOG blows another wide open opportunity.
Wide open right there. Just can't get those layups to go. Rim not being friendly tonight. JP Cruz drawing all kinds of contact with the spin moves in there. Good help defense from UOG, seeing that the man was in a little bit over his head. Spin move came over to help out, but did draw the foul. And
JP, of course, a product of the John F. Kennedy Islanders. And if you follow Guam basketball at the high school level, for some reason, I think it's something in the water dispensers they have over there in Upper Tumon. They always have good shooters. There's always a JP Cruz. There's always an Erwin Villa. There's always, one of those guys. They always produce really good big men, too. You played against Curtis Hellier, right? The great Curtis Hellier from way back.
Yeah,
Curtis was a demon.
Yeah, they've got such a deep talent pool to draw from up there at JFK with their, their student body, and of course these athletes. I mean, they really do come out and play, and they put a good team together. UOG fighting for the ball over there. Ooh, hard foul by number 23 coming in. Frustrated about that pressure defense they were putting on him, it looks like, and overreacted a little bit. Came in with the tomahawk.
And always active on the offensive and defensive end is number 7, Eric Canovas, who could maybe do an audition for WWE too. He sold that foul pretty well.
It was a pretty hard foul. Ref's going to give him the flagrant.
So 22-21 as the Tritons jumped out to a big lead with 6.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter as Canovas gets 1 of 2. But MVP on the power of JP Cruz.
Going to get a quick shot off here to end the quarter, it looks like. Just a bit outside.
So Jordan Tingzon tries to do a little cleanup job on the 24-second clock, and it is 22-21 in what's been a most exciting first quarter, and we have 0.4 seconds, so look for a interesting shot by Cruz. Won't count. So we are going to take our first commercial break, but stay tuned, everybody. We have much more exciting action from your GBA Game of the Week right here on KUN TV and YouTube when we return.